ahead and take a deep breather because this one is going to be pretty heavy. The main topic is mainly predators and horrid stuff over on Roblox, right? I've been on this platform ever since I was a kid, way back in 2011. That's literally 14 years, right? And it's crazy to think that there's so much of a rampant predator problem that I don't even know what to say. It's just, yes, yeah, I really don't know what to say, but just hang in there with me for this because this is mainly a warning, especially to the younger folks, right? Now, for those that are older, a lot of you can relate or empathize. Sympathize. I can't even say the word right. Sympathize or empathize with what is about to be said because there are a lot of unspeakable horrors that once you get older you can't ignore. No, nothing like that. And being a child, being someone before you reach your adult years is just, I'm not even gonna lie to you, it's precious. I know I often portray myself as goofy. Y'all know how I portray myself, just someone that's just trying to have fun, just trying to enjoy life genuinely. There's been a lot of things within my life that I feel like I've been robbed of, and a result of that is I could have turned bitter, I could have turned into X, Y, and Z, but I'll save that for later, right? Like I said, the main objective of this video is just a warning for the younger people so that way you want to turn out how you envision yourself to be someone or something in a good and favorable light, right? You don't have to be what everyone wants you to be, but just don't cause harm. Don't do something bad to people, especially something you can't take back or regret, because I've been there, and the thing with that is sometimes you don't get off that easy. You just have to live with it. But apparently there's been a rampant predator problem over on Roblox because, well, how hard is it not for people to be a pedophile? These are children, and the unfortunate thing is, I know we can't stamp this out completely, but we can damn well try to mitigate it, because it's just, out of all the people that you choose to target, out of all the people you choose to do something vile and etc. to, is because so many factors that I even hate to consider because they're easy, they're vulnerable, this, all the fucked up things, and it's just, I still always ask myself why, mainly to understand why they do these things so we can at least prevent it. But in terms of just the Roblox shit, it is unfathomably disgusting what they're doing right now. How many times I know that we joke around whenever someone does like some fuck shit, like tell you to KYS or says something horrible about your mom, but it's just like, it's another thing whenever someone tries to move something off platform or tries to do something to a child that is just inappropriate in every facet, in every manner. Just shit we shouldn't even be able to fucking see because who, what, why, just all that shit, and just the what behind it. But these people think differently. Just remember, like anything in the world, and I hate to put these seeds of doubt or whatever in the world, but whatever gratuitous and fucked up thing you can think, there's always another one to replace it, and it's vastly worse than what you can think. But apparently Roblox, what they're doing now is like vigilante groups or people trying to get these people apprehended and all these other things. It's like they're borderline defending them, they're borderline assisting them, or whatever the fuck, to some degree, unless it becomes a rampant problem that they can't ignore. Because I can't really tell you what their bottom line is or whatever the hell, but I can only give my opinion about it because it's sick. And the main thing that I want for y'all is just to be careful, because yeah, once upon a time ago I was a child, and it's still surreal to think about that, because you know, I'm an adult now and I look back and I'm like, I want y'all to understand something. And I'm sorry for not wearing a shirt. The reason I hadn't streamed or nothing lately is because I've just been so hurt, like physically, and so hurt mentally, just reflecting. Mainly just the physical shit, because my legs have been hurt pretty badly from just various things. So. And then I believe I have an ingrown nail in my toe, so yay. Actually both toes, so yay. For me, I want to say it felt like, for me, my childhood was just, I didn't fully get to have it. Majority of the time I felt like I had to be the adult, I had to be so many things that I just, yes, it helped prepare me in a whole lot of things too, but it's like, as weird as this sounds, I feel like I'm just catching up. I'm just trying to enjoy my life, because once you go through anything, and not just my stuff or whatever, something that you deem dire and just sucky, you feel like you need a break. You feel like you just need to evaluate, see what the hell you want to do with your life, because things happen. But back to the Predator bullcrap, it's just, what is it? There's this guy, and normally I watch a lot of those Predator catches, because the thing is, I love seeing these sick, deranged fucks go to jail, because in my own personal history, there has been some things that have happened to me and has happened to others that is just way too fucking dark to just mention. But I normally don't mention a lot of personal stuff, because whenever I do, I notice that when I'm reading the room or whatever, it is extremely depressing afterwards, and you just, I don't know, I just feel like I've always had to carry like a burden or just something like that. But guys, be careful what the hell you do online. The thing is, I don't think any of y'all are dumb. And if you are, that is completely okay. Everyone is dumb, if not ignorant, to something. It's like, you can be completely book savvy, but your social skills are they're pretty much just horrible. Or you can have great social skills, but you're not book savvy or book smart, you know? But don't let that diminish you. It's just, I said I wanted to talk about the Roblox predator problem, and yes, I still do to some degree, but I believe majority of y'all that do watch me, y'all can at least watch yourself and others in that regard and be like, hey, I I'm very concerned for your safety, your etc. because I don't want something bad to happen to you underneath like the guise of this person saying this, that, and the other third. And take it from me, I have severe trust issues. I used to be so cataclysmically naive that the situations and stuff that I landed in, because even to this day still, well, depending, I give everyone the benefit of a doubt until you show me otherwise, not listening or adhering to someone saying X, Y, and Z. Now, it really does depend, because like I said, if someone repetitively does a thing, then yes, either it can be a multitude of flags that you deem a green light or a red light in those regards. But how things are back then in comparison to whenever I was a child is just, we had so much unrestricted access that we ended up getting into things that some of us shouldn't have, but it also led to just like the further development of who we are as people. Because think about it, the entire internet was created with just the purpose of, hey, I just want people to connect with each other. Like, it was paved with good intentions, but you know what they say, I'm gonna make a new saying, just, even with good intentions, fuckery can still happen. And then think about it, the stuff that my bad, I shouldn't even mention that, but it's like anyone opening up the internet for the first time. Shoot, my first time using YouTube, for example, was 2010, right? And the new X-Men Origins movie just dropped, right? Now, as a kid, I thought it was the coolest thing ever. And then the game came out, and I thought that was the most badass shit I've ever seen in my life, because I'd been so used to, like, gore or just a whole lot of other stuff that I considered it, like, I was numb to it. Like, the violence, all that other shit, I was just completely numb. It was inviting even. There was so many other factors to it that was just, it enticed me. And, well, I remember just putting in like a Bing search, and yes, I actually used Bing at the time. There was, what is it, Firefox? I hated using that. Internet Explorer was, and then there was Chrome, which, compared to back then with that, there were so many other internet browsers that were being used that, what is it, people didn't really trust Chrome that much in comparison to the older ones, but y'all get it. And I ended up stumbling across the YouTube search, and well, bam, watched an entire playthrough of X-Men Origins, Wolverine and stuff. But not even just, I say all that because it's like, yes, I want to put the proprietary blame mainly on the parents and stuff like that, but it's just three parties involved with this. The predators are people with bad intentions or just for whatever purpose. Sometimes we won't even know and we have to be okay with that. And then there are the parents who just, you're not going to be able to protect your children from everything, but you can at least make them aware and give them the tools, the proper, or just tell them to keep their wits about them in regards of just things. Because think about it, even if you restrict their access, even if you restrict their everything, especially with most schools now, they're going to end up inevitably seeing something or getting into something. And yes, I know that's every parent's worst nightmare, but you just have to learn that you can't protect them from everything. You just have to prepare them the best that you can. And who knows, even they'll pick up some stuff along the way too that just they can then help themselves, you know. And then the other group, which is the children. Like I said, everyone needs to stop thinking that they're so dumb that they can't do anything for themselves. And the thing with children is, I don't like to think that they're dumb. They're just ignorant. You learn things as you grow, whether you want to or you don't want to. But not even just like Roblox. It's just like a whole internet thing. And yes, I know someone can say like, okay, just cut off their access from the internet and stuff like that. But hey, I'm gonna tell you this now, especially telling no to a teenager or just some people, that no means yes to them. It's just they're going to find a way somehow if they really, really want to. And you have to tell them, you know what? If you're going to do this, at least be aware of the consequences and etc. that you can get into. I'm not saying the predator stuff is okay, but just you could still do bloody everything right, and something can go unfathomably wrong. Not all the time, but just, yeah. For all my younger people, let me tell y'all a story about the one time that there was this guy at the skating rink, right? Me and my sister and my mom, we were just chilling. My sister had her friends up there, and she was like 5 or something at that time. And I'm just like an angsty kid, so I was always just, I wouldn't say emo, but I was brooding and shit. I was way more, yeah, just brooding. It's weird to look back at it now, because majority of the time I just felt like I never had any reason to smile or do anything, so Christ. And I looked away for 1 second because I said, you know what, I trust my sister to just be a-okay on her own. And I go back over to check up on my mom because she was still sick and stuff at that time. And she taps me on my shoulder and says, hey, who's that guy talking to your sister? He's being weird and just, he was being bored and weird. But I went over to just go address the problem with that guy, and we got it resolved. But Christ. And then there was another story where the one time that my mom said that she went to the store, right? And there was this guy who just, there was another woman that came out, and my mom held the door for them, and she had her child, and the guy just grabbed the child and ran off. And if it wasn't for two dudes that stomped the absolute shit out of this guy, think about the fucking devastation, the fuckery, the just, for someone to just do something horrible like that without thinking about how that affects someone. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm normally not a contender for violence, believe it or not, but sometimes it is necessary. Look at wars, for example. I'm not saying all of them, but just... And then to add to that story, my mom said whenever he snatched up that girl, all she could think about was just my sister. There's plenty of sick people, and thankfully you won't have to deal with too many of them, and if you do, I'm sorry. Life is already a bitch and a half, and just... my ideal thing is just... I just want to chill and relax and just go out somewhere snowy, go out to the beach, go somewhere where it just rains and it's beautiful, neon lights everywhere, just... or go somewhere where it's windy but refreshing, warm, and vibrant. I genuinely want to enjoy life, just see the entirety of the world, and maybe you do too. I'm not saying be oblivious to everything, be delusional, but just be aware. And if you aren't now, hey, that's okay. Within time, within the experiences, within the everything that you go through, you will learn more. I always said if I have a child, I'm always curious to see what type of person that they would be. I don't want to control them, no nothing. I'm not gonna like beat their ass if they do something wrong. I'm just gonna go, hey, would you like to come with me? I want to show you something that just... this is what happens when you do X, Y, and Z. These are the consequences. For example, if you want to do something child related, you got to deal with a multitude of... don't know why you would, but if you ever decide to take the dark route of that shit, you have to deal with being in jail, being in prison, shit like that. You got to deal with people who will absolutely forego their entire well-being just to rid you from this earth, because think about it. Some of us have siblings, some of us have children, and it's just... that's the last thing you ever want to think of. And me being the older brother, I've always... like I said, I've been goofy, but whenever it's necessary to just actually take things serious, you have to deal with things, and if you can't deal with them at the time, you learn how to deal with it better for the next time. It's always been weird for me, because like I said, I've just been labeled as the big brother or the father figure for a lot of people, but I just want to make people aware of, like, man, it's always hard, because it's like I'm speaking to myself as well. This is something that I would just say to younger me, or anyone that just feels lost, because I'm not even gonna lie to you now, even I still feel lost, you know? we're all trying to make our way within the world, and yeah, I get it. As you get older, you're supposed to have a better grasp, but what if you're trying to find that thing that you want to do and you just never find it, or you end up lost for some amount of time that not even you can see? But the message I would give to younger me is just, it's okay not to be okay. It's just not okay to stay there, you know? And a whole lot of other things. Man, this is just, it's weird because, like I said, I'm only 22 and I'm looking back. Let me tell you something that happened on Sunday, right? Because as of me recording this, this was from 2 a.m. in the morning right now, but after multiple takes it's 3 a.m. right now. But I went over to see my siblings like usual, right? And my bad, it's ironic that the song playing now is called Crooked World. I love listening to ambient or lo-fi music, just stuff without lyrics, because I don't know, I just happen to get more lost within them. But it just hit me that it always hit me, but just more now, that this is the part where things get inevitably dark. And I want you to just prepare for this, right? Just, come on, take like a deep breath with me. You see these hands, this darkened skin and shit. All you see is teeth and eyes. And big ass white palms. But my dad, his birthday is literally this weekend, right? And you know what? I'm even gonna go into personal shit. Ooh. Man. Man. Like I said, I'm Jay, right? You can call me Jay or Grim, and right now I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm definitely lost in life, but the thing that I've always wanted to do since 2013 to 2015 was just stream. I saw some of the coolest motherfuckers that, at least to me, right, doing a favorite hobby of mine, just playing games, chilling, just without a care in the world. Well, at least they portrayed it that way, but just like early YouTube or early Twitch and shit like that. It was, you had to be there. It's like early cartoons when they were coming out at that time. You just had to be there. It's weird because I'm reminiscing now, and even despite all this shit that's happening with me now, I'm still going to try. I'm not going to give up. I recently resigned from one of my jobs because, well, it was a security guard work, and I know that this is going to be hard, and yeah, you guys are definitely going to kick my fucking ass, but I at least want y'all to understand the driving from 1 hour to another location site to oversee some college dorms and stuff like that, and an hour back. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was within the company car and stuff like that, but that Security guard work, I'm gonna tell you this now. They say you're gonna be here for a set amount of time, but you also have to be okay with the person that's supposed to relieve you, or relieve you of your duty. They might be late and you might be there longer than intended, so yeah. Shit, you can probably be there for like the next 2 hours, an hour, 30 minutes, whatever the hell. It interferes a lot with your stuff, and you also put your life on the line as well in the active duty that something happens, right? And don't get me wrong, being in certain places, being in certain areas, whatever the hell, always puts you at a certain liability, at a certain just predicament for your life, right? But doing stuff like that right there puts you more in at it, and dealing with the other secondary site was dealing with inmates from prison, and they had mental illnesses and some other shit, and they've just been known to hide plenty of stuff, and like I said, even the smallest mistake could cost you your job, your life, others' lives, and stuff like that. And normally, like I said, I am a really responsible person. I try to look out for people more than I look out for myself, because growing up, I've just always been like that. I'm learning more so, not even less, but more than anything now, that I actually have to look out for myself, because I've always been scared, because the people that I have loved, or the people I've cared for, whatever it might be, especially in my life, they either ended up leaving or they died. And I know that's an inevitable part of life, and unfortunately, either a lot of us have already dealt with it, whether it be our parents, friends, siblings, anyone, pets, anyone. And you have to go on and live with that pain, and sometimes you don't deal with it, you just bury it, or you do deal with it, but you just come out so much more different, for the better or for the worse. For example, I know this is a real tragic one, but my recent ex-fiance, for example, I hate that I bring this up, but unfortunately, and fortunately, it does serve as a good example. Whoever you choose to love, like I said, I could care less if they happen to be the same sex as you, or the opposite sex, or whatever, right? You love who you love, and that is a wonderful and beautiful thing. But things happen, and it's just weird, because it's like I said, I will just be doing random things or just whatever throughout the day, and it's just boom, it's like a flashback, it's like a flashbang, and just you instantly get reminded of them, and you just have to sit there for like a good couple of seconds, maybe a minute or a few, and you continue. For me, I've always turned that negativity, that just all of that, into something productive. And the thing is, in my case, whenever I was younger, I was filled with so much rage, angst, just all of that culminated violence and bullshit, that I was so damn angry at the world, angry at myself, angry at others, that I took it out on a lot of people. I took it out a lot on myself. And when certain things started happening, I just felt like I had lost so much of me that I couldn't even feel, I couldn't even do anything. And then I went to go get diagnosed, and well, oh boy. But irregardless of all of that, I still don't want to give up, because it's just, giving up is so much harder for me than just keep on going. You will eventually find something, and if you're really determined, you will create, you will do your own opportunities and chances. Sure, one door will close, but the other one will just open up and go, hi. If you want to, you can explore over here and see where things go. And if it's anything bad, you at least know. I absolutely just love ads. But like I said, if anything ever does go bad, do you know what you take away from that? You take away, hey, this is something that won't help me out. So we avoid that until we get to somewhere that's just, you inevitably learn a whole lot of just the what to do's and what not to do's, you know? That goes with literally anything. If you ever want to learn anything, I'm not joking when I say this, you can absolutely do it. You can absolutely do it. You don't have to do it now, or you can do it now, but just know that if there's something you ever want to do, you can still come back to it. Just like right now, just surviving as a whole is just, it's a nasty bitch and a half. But I'm going to keep trying something until I get to where I want to be. And where I want to be is just somewhere nice, somewhere comfortable. For me, and for anyone else that just wants to be around. I say things like this because I'm very curious to see what type of people you guys will end up being. Hopefully people that you can be proud of, hopefully someone that you can just go, I'm finally at a nice point in my life right now, and I want it to stay there. I do. Because for my younger people, hey, it's going to be okay. No, not even for the younger people. This is for everyone. It's going to be okay. You may genuinely not be where you want to be, but we're still here. And that counts for something, right? You don't have to go balls to the walls crazy with it. Just even simply thinking about it means, hey, I can do it. And if you can't do it, just remember, eventually you will be able to do it, or there's something else for you that may just be as good, if not better. I try to remain painfully optimistic, because once I get to that pessimistic point, it's just, it stays there. I'm still curious to see what type of person I'm going to end up being 5 to 10 years from now, like all of that. And I bet you are with yourself too. Curious to see where you're going to be 5 to 10 years from now. I used to always joke around whenever I was a kid, like when I was 10, right? Like, I wonder what 15-year-old me is going to be like. Then whenever I turn 15, I wonder what 20-year-old me is going to be like. And I lived through it. And as for confidence, I'll tell you this. Don't be afraid. And if you are, I got something for you that might help. Sometimes forcing yourself into it, well, these are the things that help me, right? You don't have to do it per se, but giving things a try might hurt, might not, but you never know until you know. For example, with me, like doing stuff like this, I absolutely hate public speaking, but I just so happen to be good at it. And if I'm ever in a situation where I feel like I'm forced, or if it's needed, stuff like that, I can still thrive at it. Sure, I'll dread it, but it helps. It does. Let me turn down this music a little bit. I probably should have did that from the get-go. Oh, good lordy. Good lordy. And then, like I said, another thing about confidence is don't be afraid to do like some cringy shit. What helps me really get through a lot of things, especially if you're at like a mall or whatever, or you're just somewhere public. Now, don't do something that's so like horrible, but just like you maybe want to dance to a song or whatever. Remember, some of these people you're only gonna see once to twice in your life, and then that's it. Why should I be ashamed of just dancing to something that I like? Why should I be just... Sure, people can make quips and jokes about it, but if you like it, you like it. Now, don't get me wrong, there's some stuff you're not supposed to fucking like anything that those bloody predators are, but we all know that. Hopefully. Well, I'm still going to try to help sustain myself and more through any to various other methods that, like I said, I don't want to do something where it's just like, hey, like I feel absolutely bad majority of the time whenever, if I take something and I can't provide any value, nothing to someone, and I'm like, I get that you're supporting me, really, but I feel like you should also get something out of it too. Besides, like, hey, I've helped you out. It's like, I at least just want to go, like, hey, if you do X, Y, and Z, there's like maybe a t-shirt, maybe just something besides eternal gratitude. But I think that's enough for tonight. Whether it be morning, afternoon, evening, night, whatever time it might be. As long as you still feel like you're gonna keep shining bright, we're gonna get through it.